The entire galaxy laughed when humans joined the Galactic Alliance. They laughed at our small fleets. They laughed at our outdated technology. They laughed at our tiny homeworld called Earth. And when the greatest alien empire in history declared war on humanity, the galaxy laughed even harder, because everyone believed the war would be over in a single day. They were wrong. The year was 5172. For centuries, humanity had remained a minor species among thousands of advanced civilizations. The galaxy was dominated by powerful empires capable of moving stars and controlling entire solar systems. Compared to them, humans seemed insignificant. Earth controlled only a handful of colonies. Its military was small, its technology was average, and its economy barely ranked among the top 100 civilizations. To the rest of the galaxy, humanity was irrelevant. Then came the Varkari Empire, the most feared military power in known space. Their war fleet stretched across hundreds of systems. Entire civilizations surrendered the moment Varkari ships appeared in orbit. Resistance was considered suicide. The Varkari had never lost a war. Not once. When the Varkari Emperor announced plans to conquer Earth's territory, nobody expected a fight. The Galactic Senate immediately began discussing how long humanity would survive. Some predicted a month, others predicted a week. One senator famously laughed and said, 3 days if they're lucky. The chamber erupted in laughter. Humans heard every word and said nothing. 3 months later, the invasion began. Thousands of Varkari warships entered human space. Their fleets were larger than anything humanity had ever faced. The galaxy watched through live broadcasts. Everyone expected surrender. Instead, Earth sent a single message. We will defend our home. The galaxy laughed again. The first target was the human colony of New Horizon, a mining world located on the edge of human territory. The Varkari expected an easy victory. Their commanders barely bothered preparing battle plans. Why would they? They outnumbered the defenders 20-1. Victory seemed guaranteed. As the Varkari fleet approached orbit, something strange happened. Human ships didn't retreat. They didn't surrender. They charged forward, directly into the enemy fleet. The Varkari commanders were confused. No species fought this way. Every logical military doctrine said humans should retreat and regroup. Instead, they attacked. The first battle lasted only 4 hours, but those 4 hours changed galactic history forever. Human pilots fought with terrifying determination. Ships continued fighting, even after suffering massive damage. Crews refused evacuation. Captains sacrificed their vessels to protect civilians. Again and again. The Varkari won the battle. But the cost shocked them. Hundreds of their ships were destroyed, losses they had never experienced against a so-called weak species. The galaxy stopped laughing. For the first time, people began paying attention. Maybe humans weren't as helpless as everyone believed. The Varkari Emperor dismissed the losses. Send a larger fleet. And so they did. A fleet twice the size of the first invasion force. Surely that would end the war. Instead, things became worse. Humans adapted. Every battle taught them something new. Every defeat improved their tactics. Every lost colony strengthened their resolve. Engineers modified weapons overnight. Scientists developed new defenses. Factories worked around the clock. Ordinary citizens volunteered for military service in numbers no one expected. Humanity transformed. Meanwhile, the Varkari grew frustrated. They kept winning battles, but somehow they kept losing the war. Every conquered world became a nightmare to occupy. Every victory created stronger resistance. Every setback made humans fight harder. The Empire had never encountered an enemy like this. 2 years into the conflict, the Varkari finally reached the Sol system, Earth itself, the birthplace of humanity. The galaxy held its breath. This was the moment everyone had been waiting for. If Earth fell, the war would end. The largest fleet in Varkari history assembled above the solar system. Thousands upon thousands of warships, enough firepower to destroy planets. Against them stood the combined strength of humanity. Every remaining ship, every available soldier, everything humanity possessed. There would be no retreat, no surrender, no second chance. As the battle began, the Varkari expected fear. Instead, human communications channels exploded with messages from civilians, families, children, people across Earth. One message repeated again and again. Hold the line. The word spread through every ship, every station, every pilot. Hold the line. The battle raged for 3 days. Space itself seemed to burn. Warships collided. Fighters swarmed through debris fields. Entire fleets vanished in explosions bright enough to rival stars. Neither side backed down. Then something happened. Something the Varkari had never anticipated. Humans launched a counterattack. Not because they had superior numbers, not because they had better technology, but because they refused to believe defeat was inevitable. Wave after wave of human forces struck the enemy. Relentless, determined, unstoppable. By the 4th day, the impossible became reality. The Varkari fleet began retreating. For the first time in their history, the empire that had conquered half the galaxy was running away from humans. Across the galaxy, silence replaced laughter. Nobody could believe what they were seeing. Humanity had done the impossible. They had survived. More than that, they had won. Months later, peace negotiations began. The Varkari Emperor personally asked a question that would become famous throughout the galaxy. What makes humans so dangerous? The answer came from a human admiral. He smiled and replied, "You believed war was won by strength. We learned long ago that war is won by determination." From that day forward, nobody laughed at humanity again. The galaxy finally understood what made humans unique. Other species fought because they expected victory. Humans fought because something was worth protecting. And when humans fight for something they love, logic becomes irrelevant. Fear becomes meaningless, and impossible odds become just another challenge to overcome. The galaxy laughed at humans until the first battle began. After that, nobody laughed again.